Hi everyone and welcome. This is the second day of the XD Daily Creative Challenge. I hope you're doing well. We're live from San Francisco. I see already some friends in the chat. Hi Nana, welcome back. Hi Madison. Hi Cheryl. You were super active on Slack yesterday and shared amazing designs. And today actually it's like a series, so we will reuse a design that we did yesterday to make it responsive. So that's a change of the day. But if you are not familiar, if you just discover this show maybe on YouTube, the Daily Creative Challenge is a 2-week program. So this is only the second day, and we send you a challenge just to feed you with some motivation to try something new using Adobe XD when it comes to screen design, UX, UI, and also to discover our amazing community that will give you feedback on your work, that will answer all your questions about design or XD. So if you discover this program, make sure to visit this page. This is where you can register, and you can also bookmark this page. It's behance.net/dailycreativechallenge. And every day we unlock a challenge. So you see, this is the second day, and today it's about making it responsive, reusing the design from yesterday. If you didn't have time to design a page yesterday, that's fine. You can click on Get the Template, and it will be actually my file. Okay, so that's what I designed yesterday during the live show that you can reuse. Also, we invite you to join the Slack, the XD community on Slack. So this is a huge chat, with the community here, where we can also give you feedback on your work. So yesterday you shared like amazing work. I was really impressed. Ask questions about XD, what you can do, what you cannot do, and also introduce yourself. So we have participants from all around the world. It's really amazing. To join Slack, bit.ly/XD Slack, okay? Be careful, XD capitalized and then Slack. Okay, great. Before jumping into XD today, I wanted to highlight some projects from the community. So yesterday, Emma, for instance, they said the challenge was to design an event page, and she really pushed it. So she didn't really use my templates, but she added like this a catalog of events, and I can see the details of one event. It's quite amazing. Look at that, with a lot of animations, a lot of interaction. So congratulations, Emma. A lot of work there, a lot of good ideas. But the challenge for you today is to make this responsive. So it won't be that easy, but it will be an interesting exercise. I really enjoy also this one by Elaine Alvarez with a great picture of YouTube that is really inviting me to join the concert, and also have a music player, very smart on the page. The map is interactive, and I can also get tickets using overlays. And again, Emma, your challenge today is to make it responsive. So how this experience would look like on the browser of my mobile phone, okay? Then Josh McCaw also, he took the template and gave it a twist, adding some, you see some beautiful shapes and colors, beautiful picture. It's very vibrant, like super efficient. Good job. And maybe this one too, which is interactive. So you see it's an interactive prototype in the web, which is also a possibility with XD. I saw a lot of questions yesterday on Slack asking, oh, how can I share my prototype? So you can record a video, you can share your screens, but you can also publish the prototype on the web. And you see it's fully interactive. So anyone can actually go there and even add comments and say, this is amazing. Okay, so XD, it's really this all-in-one platform where you can design, prototype, and share. So let's jump into XD. This is the project from yesterday. So if you remember well, yesterday we designed this page together with some animation to register. So it's a classic landing page. If we look at the structure, we have the header with the logo on the left and the navigation. The hero picture with also a call to action, which is very important in this case, which is register. More information about the event and the map. Okay, so now we need to make this experience responsive, which means optimized for tablet users and mobile users. So what's good with XD is that we can really just design the experience, and then after it will be a conversation with the web developer to add the right CSS and media queries to make it responsive. But at this stage, we just want to design the best experience. So in the template, I shared with you the ideal dimension or the classic dimensions that we use for a tablet user and a mobile one. To find this dimension, use the artboard tool and you get all the templates on the right, you see? So if I take the iPad or iPad Pro, then you will recognize the dimensions. But again, you don't have to really stick to these dimensions because with the web, you want to cover all the cases. So usually you try to land with these dimensions, but it's very hard to anticipate if the user has an iPad, an Android tablet, it could be anything. So, so let's see how we can make it responsive. So the idea today is to get you familiar with an amazing feature of Adobe XD that was introduced in September. So it was like 2 months ago, and which is responsive resize. So I will create a new page and show you how it works, so you will really understand what this is. There we go. So I have a page, and I will just add some placeholders to show you how it works. So you remember we have like a navigation bar. Okay, let's use this. I will open actually my assets panel, so I have some colors ready. Great. I will add, let's say that this will be the placeholder for my logo and a placeholder for the navigation. So let's add 3 elements there. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. So if you check on the right, I have a responsive resize switch here. And by default, it says auto. But to really understand what Adobe XD is doing, I encourage you to click on manual. And if I select the logo, you can say, okay, don't change if I resize the artboard, the width or the height. And I want the position to be stuck in a way with the top left corner, which makes sense. For my navigation bar, again, don't change the height and don't move it. Like it has to take the full width, you see? Always the full width. But you can resize the width, of course. Then for the navigation, the first element, okay, I don't want to change the dimension and it has to be stuck in the top right corner. So it's almost magical, like XD understood what I had in mind. Here, okay, I had to say top right corner too. So I will help XD a little bit. And here, top right corner. So now if you select the artboard and resize it, it doesn't do anything because you need to activate responsive resize. So you select the artboard and you have to use this switch. Okay, don't forget this. And now everything will be resized based on your constraints. If I give you another example, let's add a placeholder and let's pretend that this is maybe a series of pictures. There we go. Just resize them this way. And again, we will see the responsive resize constraints. So manual, this one, actually I will say, you know what, you can change the width, stick it to the left. Here also you can change the width, but stick it to the center. And here you can change the width and stick it to the right. So let's see what's going on now. If I resize the artboard, you see it will, it's like what we call also responsive layout or fluid layout. It will just resize everything and it's just a huge time saver, okay? It's just to save time. If you don't have the feature, you know, you will have to do this and then, okay, I need to move this, this and this, put it here. Here the size doesn't work, I need to resize it manually. So just a huge time saver, and this is what we will be using today. So how does it apply to this example? So I will duplicate this example, and one trick is to group elements. Very good practice. So I will say that this should be group because that's really a static element. These two, like a button. The navigation also, That's one group. Maybe I can actually group this button and group it with the navigation. And that's pretty much it. So let's see if I activate responsive resize, and it's the case, what happens with my design. So I will duplicate it. And remember, our goal for tablet users is to land around 830 pixels. So let's come here and let's resize it. So I check in somewhere here. Well, if you look at the structure of my page, it's already very good. I had some mask elements. So between resizing the mask and the picture, you know, this is where you need to adjust some things. Same story here. I need to adjust some things. Maybe I need to make some creative decisions too, in this case, for tablet users. Because what I don't like with tablet and mobile devices, but that's my choice when it comes to design, is to have this type of transparency because it's adding a lot of texture, and I don't control the environment with mobile users. So maybe they're in the street, or maybe they're in the bus, and with the reflection on the screen, it's already a lot of moving parts, a lot of moving textures, and that's what flat design was so popular, you know, with the rise of mobile devices. So I want to keep it flat, so it's very easy to read, and maybe go with the structure. So usually this is the type of decision you have to make, like resize the text, so it's still easy to read, and maybe we will change the layout for this one and go with something centered. But beside that, you see, like XD already did a very good job. Like my experience for tablet, honestly, is ready. Ariana is asking, is Command G the grouping shortcut? Yes, so Command G or Control G on Windows, and Command Shift G, Control Shift G to ungroup. Very nice. Always learn your shortcuts. Very good point. Okay, and now we will go extreme, trying to do the mobile version. So this, we will have to make a lot of creative decisions. So 375 more or less. Okay, let's see what's going on. Okay, so I see a lot of issues already. So my navigation doesn't work. Obviously, I don't have the space, so I will just delete it and we need to find another solution. Also, the fold is very important. So what is the fold? Is the bottom of my screen. On desktop, you know, with the browser, you never know what is the size of the window. When on mobile, you can easily anticipate it because it's always full screen in a way. So it was on an iPhone 6, it's 667. So I will move my fold here to 667. I'm checking on the right of my screen. Okay, because it's very important for me to understand what is displayed on the screen, and I need to get the main information and register. So maybe in this case, I will completely change the layout for mobile users, but always reusing the same elements. And then the web developer, he will understand that, okay, you're using this div, you're using this picture, and the web developer can just change the CSS properties to make this work. But the most important thing is actually what you are already doing with XD is to reuse elements. Okay, so we could land with something like this. Just making sure that it's centered more or less. This, I don't need it anymore. And very important, my call to action register is still on the main screen. So just in one view, I have the description of the event, the date, okay, the name, the location, and I can register, which is the most important call to action. And then I can come here and arrange my page. Great. But you all notice that something is missing for mobile users. We don't have navigation anymore. So it's a big issue. So maybe we can try to simulate a hamburger menu, which is a classic design pattern on mobile. So first we need a hamburger icon. So we just use the line tool in XD and make it white like my logo with rounded, what's the name? Tips maybe? I don't know. And I will duplicate this shape. So to duplicate a shape, you press Option key or Alt on Windows. Okay. And I will group, so Command G. There we go. So this will be my icon to open the navigation menu. Great. And now, you remember yesterday, we used transitions, we used animations. So I will duplicate this artboard, and we will design what's happening when the menu, the navigation menu, is opened. So it could be actually, I saw that on some website, you know, when the navigation is like covering everything. And usually it's darker. Sometimes there is a slight transparency, and you put the menu. Okay, so that's one choice. This is something you could choose to design today. Another one that I saw that I like is pushing all the elements. So this is what I want to do today. So let's pretend that I want to push all my elements to the right. Okay. And maybe we need to push it more because I really need space to display the navigation. So it should land somewhere here. And the Go event, maybe actually the logo could move with this. So I should actually calculate what is the distance, but didn't do a good job here. But that's one. This will work. And then we need to add the navigation. So I will add a rectangle here. We will use maybe a darker green. Okay, this will work. We're just building the skeleton of the experience. We could have fun with the menu, so maybe this could become a close element. I saw something like people having fun doing this, so like moving the menu icon and also rotating it. Let's try. I saw this on some websites. Let's see how it feels. Super easy to update in XD anyway. And now I can just take my items. So here, copy paste. Where is it? Here it is. So that's the first section. We will align everything to the left this time. Organize. Okay. Sign in. And with the smart guide, you see how easy it is. It really takes just a few seconds because it will show me that I have the same space between all my elements. It's aligned to the left. It's super easy. And this one is the most important call to action, which is create event, which could have also a dedicated icon maybe. Oh, I know what's going on. Here we go. But it takes way too much space, so we will do maybe something like this. Keep the alignment and maybe just do a border, so just to show the user that this is the very important part. Okay, great. So I'm pushing everything to the right. And for the moment, I've just placed some elements. So let's see how it looks in prototype mode. So I switch to prototype. And I will say that if I tap this icon, I want to transition to this screen. Tap using Auto Animate with ease in, ease out. Okay, if you say ease in, ease out to your web developer, it will be super easy to enable with CSS animations. So let's go there. Okay, so it's pushing everything. I have a nice animation with the menu. That's catching my eye. Maybe there is something we could improve there. Also something important that I want to show is that if I scroll down on this page, now I'm stuck. I cannot open the navigation menu. So we want the navigation here to be fixed. So you check fixed position when scrolling. Same here, you want everything to be fixed. Same here, actually. Including the background. Everything should be fixed. So now if I'm scrolling, that should work better. Here we go. I can still scroll, you see? And using time transitions now, I could do some choreography. So just for the fun, you know, to describe a better experience. So I will keep these elements, and the stage before I would say, okay, so I press Shift and the arrow keys. So we say move 1 to the left, then reduce the opacity to 0. To do it, I press twice 0. 2 times to the left, 3 times to the left, 4 times to the left, and you get it. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the left. And in prototype mode, I will say directly jump to this screen with a time transition of 0 seconds. Directly animate, and maybe we'll take more time, maybe 0.6 seconds. And now if I click on the icon back, I just want to go back here. Okay, so let's try this. So I can scroll, I have my menu, here we go. And I have this nice animation now that is showing me the navigation. Cool. Now let's make sure that I can use it. So what I can do is actually also install Adobe XD on my phone. So on iOS and Android, you can download the free application from the App Store or the Google Play, which is Adobe XD. And you can do a live preview of your design. So let's see if it works. Yes. So to do so, I just select in XD my artboard. And now I can test my design here. And actually, I see all the animations. This is beautiful. And just actually playing with my prototype, I can feel already that the icon is too small, you know, for my finger. So I can make a decision and say, okay, we need to increase the size of the hamburger menu, etc., etc. And after that, it's super easy to continue the experience. So how can we register? So maybe in design, I would say that if I click on register, because it's a mobile experience, it's different from the desktop, I can go full screen here and add the fields, you know, like name, etc., and say, okay, if I click on register, actually, I want to jump here. Here we go. I just need to make sure that this is on the top, and it will cover everything. And then I can start adding fields, choose the, you know, how many tickets do you want? Because again, I am on mobile and I can add a close icon. So completely different experience from the desktop. So that's why when we say make it responsive, it's actually, it will really challenge your brain to say what should be the best experience for you. Okay, great. Now you can share it on Behance. I saw that you use a lot of options. So you can publish a prototype on the web. So very important, when you have a prototype, here there is a home icon, you see. Click, so it becomes blue and it becomes actually your real home. So when you publish a prototype, this is the experience you want to create. And one trick that you should know is that not only it will create a unique URL, so anyone can see your screen, add comments on the web, okay, and they can open it in the browser here. So today, the animations, you will lose some animations in the browser. The team is working on it. It's very complex, but still, you know, you can navigate through all the artboards. And I mean, you have some animations, so you understand with a dissolve effect, and people can add comments. But one more super important trick is that you can click here on copy embed, and this is the code that you can paste in your Behance project, okay? Yesterday I was showing you how you can create a Behance project, and remember you need to add the keyword XD Daily Challenge. In an XD project, you can also paste directly an initiative prototype. So that's the first trick. You can also, and I saw that a lot of participants actually did it, and it's awesome. You can also launch the preview prototype and click here to record a video. Okay, so you record a video, you show all your interactions, and then you stop. And you get an MP4 that you can directly share on social and on Behance. Okay? This feature is just for Mac users, and on Windows you need to use Windows tool. Windows 10, actually, if you do the window key plus G, you can record your screen. So it's a nice trick. But there are also tools on the market, and this is something we can discuss on Slack. Okay? So this is the challenge for today. You reuse the design from yesterday, you make it responsive. The conversation is still very active on Slack, so we will be there with the team. The XD team is also on Slack. We have the mentors, Chris Cannon, Zach Nielsen. They are in the chat actually today. This is awesome. Hi, guys. They will be on Slack also to give feedback on your work and also to answer all your questions. And it's a super sensitive topic, super important, responsive design. So I'm super excited to work on this with you today. And there will be more challenges. You will see a new one tomorrow that will deal with something completely different. But yeah, super excited to work today on responsive design. So we all see you on Slack. Maybe we can display the URL again. If you are not in our Slack group, just go on bit.ly/XD Slack and stay tuned. We will go back live in about 4 minutes with our video content creators, with Jeremy and Evan, and they will edit videos in the new app, Adobe Premiere Rush. Thanks for watching, everyone, and see you on Slack. Bye, everyone.